My name is Jonty, a Singaporean-born Brit who has recently moved back to my country of birth. Over the past few years, I've been on a personal journey of discovery, learning about my heritage, understanding what it is that makes Singapore feel like home, and defining the things that lean my heart towards this island country in Southeast Asia. Join me as I uncover what it is that makes me the local immigrant. It's a bit of a ritual that I guess before I go on a hike or an expedition or something, that I just lay out all the things that I'm going to be taking with me that are going to be in the pack. And I've got things like snacks and spare clothing and everything, because I'm heading out in about an hour and a half on what I'm referring to as a pilgrimage. A pilgrimage is a journey to an unknown place in order to be able to find out something new about yourself, and I think that's really, really apt for what I'm going to be doing. Hiking around the whole of Singapore in one go overnight should take me around 30 to 32 hours, I guess, if I'm going at a good pace. And it'll be interesting to see how I feel when I'm exhausted and when I'm tired, and the emotions that I'll be going through, but also visiting some places that I've never seen before, and then seeing Singapore as a country operating in different areas of the country at different times of the day will be quite eye-opening, I think. I'm really fortunate because I've got some friends who are going to be joining me for different parts of the journey too, and I'm looking forward to spending some time with them. But recently I heard this phrase, which is that in order to know a country, you need to walk its streets, meet its people and eat its food, and I guess here I am just getting ready to go and walk its streets. My route started on Sentosa. As parents, Millie and I spent our first child-free holiday on this resort island, dubbed the Island of Fun. I started with focus, perhaps too much focus on the task ahead, as I forgot to say goodbye to the kids. As I set off, my body felt strong, and my mind wondered how I'd feel on completing this mammoth hike at the top of Mount Faber. Having taken on some big walks in the past, including climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, I was familiar with some of the challenges ahead. But this journey was different. Its purpose was discovery of myself, as well as of my country of birth, and I was keen to see what I might find. So I've just started my first 2.5, maybe 3k. And I thought it would be a good opportunity to discuss what my expectations are for this pilgrimage, as I'm referring to it. Well, firstly, I guess at those moments where I'm on my own and incredibly tired, I will be finding out a little bit about what's going on in my mind. We arrived here in Singapore in the middle of July, or the beginning of July, and basically since then it's been all go. There hasn't really been the opportunity to feel settled, not intentionally anyway. We've definitely felt more at home, we've definitely felt relaxed, but this might be a good opportunity just to process all of that. But also I'm expecting to be incredibly tired, probably quite emotional, and to enjoy deeper friendships with some of the friends who are going to be joining me along the route over the next 30 hours. This is my friend Ben, who's joined me for hopefully the whole thing.
I hope so. Let's see how it goes. See if my old bones will take me there.
See if my old bones will take us there. Here we go, Henderson Waves. We're going up to there. Standing at an impressive 118 feet, the Henderson Waves is a work of art. Built with local balau wood, its modern curves almost look as though they've grown out of the surrounding rainforests, and the steel-white waves mimic seashells, perhaps alluding to the wildlife around the island. Crossing its 274-metre length gave me the opportunity to take in its views, which are simply breathtaking. On the road again. Ah, if only it was all downhill like this, eh? Checkpoints 1, 2 and 3 are done, and we're heading over towards our 4th checkpoint, which is quite far away now, which is the Johor Lighthouse. We're not going to get there till probably about 11:15 tonight. Right now it is, sorry, I've got my watch on one of those seconds to save battery, at 6:30. So 6:30 right now, 4 hours till we'll be there. We're going to be heading down that way. Ben has just stopped off to get some fluids and some snacks. We're going to be back on our way. We're going to be meeting Millie and the kids hopefully along the West Coast Park side of things, where I've never been before, so I'm looking forward to seeing that area in a little while. We have made it to West Coast Park and it is getting dark. Actually on the camera it looks a lot brighter than it actually is. And feeling alright. Legs are feeling good, arms are feeling good. I've just eaten a bit more of a protein bar. Ben's going to stop at McDonald's. We're hoping to catch up with Millie and the kids in a little while too, so that'll be very nice. That is a dog wash, like a vending machine for cleaning your dog in the middle of West Coast Park, and it's open when it's dark. It's really bizarre. At least they keep their dogs clean, I guess. It's been so nice to come here and see Millie and see the kids. Ben's just getting some food and we're going to head straight back off. We need to hit the Johor Lighthouse in about 3 hours time if we're going to stay on track. So So one of the things that is just lovely about just pausing here for a few moments is that it's nearly 8 o'clock and there are families everywhere, and it just makes my heart happy to see families, parents and kids just playing in the sand, parents watching their kids go crazy on a play park, and it just suits this place down to the ground because it's warm still, and yeah, it just helps with the culture of Singapore that this family thing can happen, even though it's late at night. It's my wife Millie. Spotted that the Pandan Reservoir has got a pathway, so we're crossing over a bridge and it's night time for sure now, but this reservoir looks beautiful, so we're going to walk next to it for a little while. We are about 2.5 hours away from the Johor Lighthouse, which puts us behind schedule by about an hour, I think. But we're having a good time. We're feeling tired. It is, I don't know what time it is. 9:30 p.m. We're still going, so enjoying the peace of the night. Traffic has calmed down, everything's cooler. Insects have come out. And the only things that are driving around are like construction lorries and stuff. So, quiet roads were accompanied by lit buildings, giving a different mood to the more industrial areas of Singapore. It's amazing how clever lighting can mask and highlight all the right parts, although there are certain things light just can't mask. Oh, we are walking through the Jurong water refinery plants. It smells like the water needs more refining.
We've got the oil refinery on one side.
And the oil refinery on one side and the water refinery on the other. There's a lot of unrefined smells going on around here.
Yeah. Not so pretty.
In the search for the Johor Straits Lighthouse, we walked through the Tuas and Pioneer areas of western Singapore. All I knew of Tuas is that my mother holidayed here as a child in the kampong, or traditional village, that used to be here. Now, the only thing I could find of that name was a food centre. But this area was alive with activity. Road workers, traffic cops and factories were working into the night, ensuring the daytime shift could still operate as normal.
So I'm just going back on myself because we're looking for the lighthouse and we realised that the way to get into the lighthouse is actually shut at this time of night. The gate was closed, which is a real shame. But I'm going to go back to get the official selfie. Selfie taken, and I'm just walking back in the direction of Kranji now, where we're going to be going up the Lim Chu Kang Road throughout the course of the night. I'm feeling pretty good mentally. I feel very, very focused, very switched on. My legs are tired, and I am just over a fifth of the way through, so we'll see how that goes. One of the reasons why I really wanted to get to that lighthouse was that I wanted to talk about the Malaysia side of things. For me, in my life, from the lighthouse you can look over to see Johor, you can look over and see Malaysia, and I have some roots in Malaysia. My granddad was born there. His mum is from Malaysia. He was born in Malacca, actually, one of 4 sons, in 1928, and he is a wonderful man. So yeah, so my grandfather's dad, we don't really know where he's from. We don't know much about his history. He was a western looking chap with the surname Tan, which is a very it's a very local name. So our guess is that he has Portuguese blood from the Portuguese settlements in Malacca back when the Portuguese were kind of out gallivanting and claiming places of their own. So that's where we think my heritage comes from on that side of things. It says Kranji, 9 minutes away. I'll be lucky if I get there by sunrise. Never quiet in Singapore, is it? Always some sort of sound in the background.
The noise of the factories and construction disappeared, and while the hum of distant traffic was never gone, there was a peace about the Singapore nighttime. So, 42, nearly 43 kilometres for me, 39 for Ben. It's time to say goodnight. He's been a trooper, yeah. So we're going to go alone for the next stretch and hopefully pick up some company in the morning at about 7:45. Good night, mate.
All right, night.
We'll see you. Thank you.
Stay safe.
See you. So it's just me now. Poor Ben is starting to feel a bit of pain in his feet and his hip, so it's time for him to go home and just to be safe. I am feeling pretty good. I've got a couple of pretty nasty blisters underneath my foot, kind of the ball of my feet, but that's kind of, I think that's what happens, isn't it? Just got to get on with it. I'm waiting for one of them to pop, just so it feels a bit nicer under my feet, but there you go. Singapore at night time. It's cooler. It's pretty nice, actually. We went through some really industrial areas there, and now I'm kind of in some nicer areas here near the Military Institute and in Jurong. Here, look, it's part of the Heritage Trail. I'm not going to do that right now. I'll just stick to what I'm doing. But yeah, really enjoying this walk. Just passing some army barracks here on the left of me, and it's just got me thinking about the NS factor, which is something that lots of people ask me about when being here in Singapore, and for me feeling like a Singaporean. And they ask me whether I've done NS, and I haven't, but I guess sometimes I feel bad for saying that I haven't done it, and that in itself leads me to feel like, you know, I really do feel Singaporean. And one of the things that defines a Singaporean male is that he's served NS, and so that feeling of, no, I haven't. Would I? Well, I think I'm too old now. They wouldn't want me, but given the chance back then, maybe it would have been good for me. I don't know. Maybe it would have been the sort of thing that would have helped give me discipline in my late teens, early 20s that I lacked. But life would be very, very different if I did. And I wouldn't be on this little journey of self-discovery now either. According to the maps, I should still hit Kranji Way at about 6:45. That's after hitting Sungai Buloh, taking a selfie over there. So I'm kind of on track. I'm probably feeling like I'm about half an hour behind. My legs are feeling like they're gonna keep me half an hour behind. I don't feel like I can catch up on this. Once I'm at Kranji Way, I'm not far off getting to Woodlands, where one of my friends is meeting me. I'm hoping he'll be able to carry my bag for a couple of hours. It's feeling pretty heavy. Other feelings right now. I genuinely miss my wife, and it's funny because I only saw her 12 hours ago, and I often go longer than that. But I think when you go through challenges, you want the people in your life who support you, and if this is a pilgrimage finding out things that I don't know, maybe I didn't know it enough, but I definitely know it right now. Having her here would give me a lot of energy to keep going. But she sent me a nice message before she went to bed about 4 hours ago, and that's keeping me going for now. So, oh, I'm so tired. Let's go. Hardly ever see roundabouts in Singapore, but here is one. There you go. Just gone 3:30 AM, and Singapore is starting to come alive. Traffic is going, cars are filling up the roads, and there's this amazing tropical smell in the air that I love about Singapore. And it feels good to be awake at this time, even though my legs feel dead. Let's go. For my health and pleasure. Wow, this isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Little jog. Oh. Just stopping for a couple of moments to take the pressure off my feet a little bit. I am on a road, Jalan Bessar, which turned into Lim Chu Kang Road. I am already more than a third through, which is pretty cool. But I definitely currently feel like I need to really focus to be able to get through to 7:45 AM, another 4 hours really, when I meet up with company again. It is tricky on your own, just to get the mental strength to keep going. Traffic has died down in this area, hardly any cars. In fact, I don't know if I've seen a car for ages. A couple of cyclists coming by at this time. So part of the issue, I think, at the moment is that I'm very tired, but I'm also feeling really full. I can't really take on any more food at the moment. Probably just heavy from lots of water. I have, just to give you a rough idea, I think I have drank 3, 4, 5.5 litres, only peed once, so I'm sweating a fair amount. Yeah, I've got a long way to go, so I've got to keep going. Right, we'll see in a bit. Lim Chu Kang Road. Here we go. This is the road that one of my friends was uneasy about coming down, who was going to join me, but he was a bit uneasy because it's lined with cemeteries. I'm not too spooked about that sort of stuff, but what I'm looking forward to is that, at the end of this road is Syiphorous, which is my next checkpoint, and then Roundabouts Way, and then I get some company, which will be lovely. I think that will really help. I really hope that my friends will take my bag for me. That will just help me. That would make this possible. So let's see if they're keen. Right, just gotta keep going. Hello everybody, I am on super slow now. I had caught up really well and now I'm behind probably by about 25 minutes. Feeling super tired. Blisters are really uncomfortable, kind of like fizzy and tingling. So I'm going to just keep going but at a very slow pace and see how I go. I'm hoping that I get a real buzz and a second wind and then can keep going. So. Good morning. I have been here for a little while now, just taking in that beautiful view here at the Bridgerton Way. I'm exhausted. I'm going at the speed of a snail, although I'm pretty sure I saw a couple overtake me earlier. But I'm still going. I don't know how much longer my legs are going to hold out, but I will give it a go. I hope to continue for another hour and a half until I bump into some friends, and hopefully that will keep me going. I'm beginning to get to the point where I realise that I don't think realistically, seeing as I'm not even halfway, that I'm going to be able to get around this thing on foot. But this journey has been about pilgrimage rather than about the walk itself. And I'm kind of disappointed, to be honest, that I'm not going to be able to do it. but it's about discovery and about finding out some places and about the journey. And you know what's most important to me is that I've got some friends and family who are meeting me along the way, and I want to be there to see them. They're making the effort to come out, help me on the journey. So I'm going to see if I can find a bus that will take me to Woodlands Jetty. I have done checkpoints at Palawan Beach, at Resorts World Sentosa, at Henderson Waves, at Johor Lighthouse, at Sungai Buloh. And I think, yeah, like I said, realistically, this isn't going to happen. It has been 2 days since I finished my walk. I'm pretty much recovered, maybe not quite. I'm just approaching Mount Faber, my final destination. Not quite in the way that I intended to, but still in style. One of Singapore's wonderful cable cars. I took some time at Mount Faber to ponder on what I experienced and learned about my country of birth, the country I call home. Did my experiences and thoughts, in extreme tiredness and fatigue, make me feel any more or less like a Singaporean? At the start of this pilgrimage, I wondered what I'd find out about Singapore and about myself. And as I stand here at Mount Faber, I can see the rainforest just below me, I can see a modern looking apartment block, and I can see the industrial side of Singapore's port. Perhaps this view on its own is a little snapshot of what I experienced over the last few days. And the first time I came here to Mount Faber was with my wife Millie in 2014, and we wrote a wish on a bell and hung it here on one of the rails. Now, I don't for one moment believe that writing a wish for a happy family is something that has come true because we've left it here, but I do know that it's something that we've held close to our heart over the last few years as parents. It's something that I experienced that Singapore loves too. It loves a happy family. Its play parks open into the night. The way that the road workers work late at nights that the daytime can operate as normal. I think it's a wonderful thing, and I hope it's something that Singapore keeps, and it's something that we for sure are going to maintain as a family into the future. This journey of self-discovery may not be over, but I'm beginning to know my country better. Walking the streets at a time of day that I haven't yet experienced was eye-opening, and demonstrated a hard-working and industrious nation, modern and forward-thinking, a nation which has strong values that are held close to its heart. This is something I'm proud of, and I look forward to discovering more about Singapore, about its people, its heritage, and its heart.